So I'm going to show you how to adjust a mechanical disc brake. Basically, there's a procedure that you can follow with this style of brake, and it should be foolproof every time. All right. So the first thing you need to do is undo this arm and work out where it bottoms out. So it bottoms out there, and what we want to do is just pull it up. It's difficult to do with one hand. Pull it up ever so slightly. We'll tension the cable. So now it's not all the way back, and it's also not all the way forwards, all right? So there's tension on the cable. If I was to release this arm would move a little bit back further. Then what we do is we wind out this. Now, you can either use this bit at the front as a guide or this bit at the back, but you want to wind this out till there is 4 to 5 millimeters exposed here, or if the thread is sticking out the back here, you've taken up 4 to 5 millimeters there, okay? Then what we do is we undo the 2 pinch bolts that anchor the caliper to the frame, okay? So now the caliper can move and it can slide side to side. Then what we do is we do this one up hard up against the disc, okay? So what this has done is this 5 millimeters here gives us enough travel on the cable, and when we need to adjust the other side, we just adjust that. So this is up solid. Basically, it's clamped onto the disc. We're now going to do these bolts back up. 1, 2. Now, we will release the tension on this side somewhat. I'm just going to go back 1.5 turns for now. And what that does is, if we can get in there, can't really get in there because of the spokes, but that gives us clearance between this side brake pad and that side of the rotor. And by rights, this side pad should be rubbing on the rotor, but in order to get the clearance for that, we just wind this back in, and our arm will come back. So this arm will come back, but it won't, there's still tension on the cable. So now we should have, if we spin the disc, we should have clearance from this pad because we wound this out 5 millimeters, and this pad should have clearance because we've wound this out. We're going to test it with the lever. Okay, so testing with the lever, and it actually comes in too far, but the way to adjust that is we then just adjust this side ever so slightly. Give it a spin, it clears. Test our lever. We're also observing when this arm comes up that it's not over here, that it's not too close to this end. So that's good. I think we can probably wind this in a little bit more. Just test it, still not rubbing. We'll test our lever. So our lever travel, that's good. We want it ever so slightly tight because the brand new pads are going to wear a little bit. And then by looking down the caliper, see I'm looking down through here, and I'm looking to see that the pads are clearing. If this side pad isn't clearing, you can adjust this and let it come back a bit, but again, you need to have a little bit of tension on the cable. If this arm was straight up and down, it would be hitting on here, and again, you would still then have room to pull it back here. And this side, you can always adjust outwards. So if the inner side was rubbing, you can adjust this out. But if this was pulling right up close and you adjusted this out too far, and you still didn't have enough lever travel, or there wasn't enough, or whatever, just start again from the beginning. So check where your arm is, wind it out 5 millimeters, anchor it, do this one inwards, loosen them, do this one inwards, anchor them, loosen that side, loosen your barrel adjuster, and if you've done it all correct with a lot of practice, that's all you need to do. Okay, arm, wind out 5 millimeters, loosen, wind in, anchor, wind out, wind in, boom. Let me know if that was helpful, and thank you for watching.